Hello everyone, we're back down again at the breach this afternoon, and yeah, it's all been going on by the look of it. So I've only been gone for about an hour and a half, just whilst I was uploading my first video of the day, and you can see there that it's all very much cleared. Even since this morning it's all looking very different, which is all we want. Just say hello to people, but yeah, it's what we're all here for at the end of the day. And I'd imagine it is the case that once this work is all done, then hopefully, fingers crossed, the work on the actual breach itself will be allowed to continue. As you can imagine, whilst there's still work to be done over here, they can't start the actual breach work itself, just because that will massively limit access into this side of the site. And yeah, wouldn't be ideal, let's just put it that way. So I'll just have a quick check, make sure I'm not missing anything over here. Doesn't look like I am, thankfully, and you'll see there the grader still hasn't been used. And like I say, I think it will be the case where they'll only use that once the actual breach work starts, of course. Now that will be a lot of work, like we say, but I'm certainly excited for it either way. Now, before I forget, because I wasn't sure if I did one this morning or not, I'll get you a quick video. Just be mindful that there are people there, so I'll zoom in to just me. Hey, there's me, and I'm actually wearing a hat today, so that is a treat. Now, of course, it is nice and sunny down here, and thankfully it's not like super sunny, so I've risked it without the long sleeve and the hood t-shirt on, but yeah, still, you've got to be careful, and it certainly helps with the screen on the drone too. Now, I can tell you the main man is on the little excavator. So I'll go down relatively low here. Of course there are trees underneath me, so I can't go too low, but just get you a shot of him working away, doing a great job as always as well. So with there only being one excavator in this side now, I'm wondering if they're getting close to the bottom level they want it. I wouldn't be too surprised. As you can imagine, that spoil pile will go a long way to semi-flatten this area out. Of course, you're never going to get it completely flat just because there isn't enough spoil, or not spoil because it is just topsoil, but they'd have to dig an incredible amount to get this all flat. Now, I know you can't really tell on the drone footage, but the two sides of the field are big bowls. So there's one big bowl here, and then it's the same on the other side, and to completely fill all of those, or both of those, sorry, yeah, like I say, it would take a tremendous amount of effort, it really would. Now, it will be the case where they'll go on their lunch relatively shortly, and when they do that, of course, I'll stop the video and bring you back when they come back off their lunch. It always blows my mind that they only have half an hour for their lunch. You know, I thought it'd be an hour. I would have hoped so for him as well, but once again, another massive load of respect to all the workers on site. They're doing an incredible job. Now, one thing I do want to quickly have a look at, because it's always interesting to me, is we'll have a look at the sump pump, whichever way you fancy it, and see if there's anything going on over that side. So I can already see that the refueling boats are over there, so it should be a-okay. And I do wonder if, well, I'd imagine it'll be a case where all of this side of site is sorted out as the actual reconstruction progresses, let's say. So I will just double check as well. So this is working, and it certainly looks like it is. And I also want to get a quick look at the grass on the right hand bank. So we saw this maybe a couple of weeks ago now. Time really does fly by when you're filming down the breach, so let me tell you. And I can tell you that this far right bank was really green, like really green. So I might get a better idea if I go slightly further this way, and you can see there that it just looks like a field now. And I'd imagine it's the case with that silty material free from breach material. It's actually really quite fertile ground, which will be why that's well, it's bloomed so much. And the tadpole checks not many tadpoles to be seen, but once again we've been keeping an eye on that weed bed as well, and I can tell you that it's getting bigger by the day. It certainly is. And it's quite funny to see how it's following that pipe almost. Strange one. Now the large excavator in the one side of the flood field has started up again, so I'll come and get you a quick view. And don't mind the guy cleaning his shoes in the background. It's part and parcel of life down here. There's always something going on. So they are right at the end now. So I thought I'd swap to this point. A absolute legend. So yeah, like I say, I could see that one coming, so I thought I'd quickly change my spot. But once again, it still blows my mind how chill, through lack of a better term, the workers are down here. It's a very professional but relaxed vibe a lot of the time. Now, as you can imagine, when that can change if it needs to. Obviously, if there's a real busy day and they just need to crack on, then you can certainly tell that vibe as well. But for the most part, it is very professional but also friendly. So yeah, it's ideal for filming them. Now, you can imagine as well, I've got to be as respectful as possible since I am filming these guys working. And yeah, these videos are entirely reliant on, like I say, these guys working hard. That obviously comes with a certain amount of respect and I don't know the right term for it, but I'm sure you know what I mean. Now, you can already see, compared to this morning's video, that the lighting has changed dramatically. So the early morning lighting from around here really does help out with the filming in the flood field, and then as it progresses throughout the day, that can change. But I can tell you that the wave we just had was from our man O2. Now I won't go into too much detail on why that is, but if you come down and see us down the breach, then I can certainly explain all the nicknames as far as I know them anyway. Like I say, other than the main man, I wasn't really responsible for the nicknames. Although, to be fair, they are really, really good ones. I do like them. So, like I say, I'll bring you back when these boys have cracked on a bit more, and I'd imagine they might be going for lunch soon as well. So I'll just give you a quick overview of what's going on with this. So you can see there the one track dumper still dumping on that topsoil pile. It is a real dark material now, just showing how much of it is that pure topsoil now, which is great to see in all honesty. And like I say, we'll go and have a look, make sure that we're not missing anything over here. Now, there is a load of guys in high-vis in this area, so I do wonder if they're look at that. Look at that. So I'll show Terry this as well, because this is quite interesting, and I've got very lucky that I've just managed to capture this. So they're moving it.
Oh, right.
So
very good.
now you've got a multitude of people over there at the minute, whether that's the general. I can see, we haven't got a nickname for a couple of them yet, so I'll have to try and sort that out. But like I say, I'll take it nice and easy for a moment. I can see no other drones in the sky, so it should make my life a lot easier in all honesty. That is cool. And once again, I know I've said it before, but being on tracks automatically makes it 10 times cooler. It certainly does. And you'll have to forgive any wind noise that's currently making its way through. Typically, just as it gets interesting, the wind picks up. Tell you what, if I go about there, that should do us nicely. Awesome. Now, I don't know exactly where they're planning on taking this, in all honesty. Now, I can't tell if the general is the one that's controlling that. I'd imagine it is remotely controlled. It certainly looks like it is anyway. Now, there's another beep from the flood field, but at the minute I don't think it's anything too crazy to worry about. But I'm loving this footage. So you'll see there what I mean about the traps. I'll tell you what, we can go and get a little bit of a closer look, just because it is awesome. I'm just going to move out of everyone's way as well, just so I've got a nice bit of peace and quiet in a way. Now that sounds bad. I love people coming down to talk, but people are talking in the background, as absolutely they should. But of course I don't want to capture any private conversations on video if I can help it. And sorry if any wind is making its way through to the mic. As you can imagine, there's not too much I can do about it at the minute. Oh, the General is indeed controlling it, so you'll see there the little cable. So yeah, awesome. I'll tell you what, we'll go and spin around in a second just to get it from a different angle. Not the fastest piece of kit on earth, I'll be honest with you, but still decent. Now, I do wonder exactly why they're taking it over here, in all honesty. Seems a bit of an odd choice, but unless, well, I don't know. It is nice that they can move it so easily though, in all honesty. You can imagine that as that spoil pile moves back, as they dig it out, it'll certainly need moving. So if it's that easy, then yeah, it's ideal. But that is the new spot for it for now, and certainly entertaining to see it moving. And like I say, I'm just glad that I was able to capture that on video. Now, I don't believe it's been turned on just yet, but I will certainly keep an eye on it for a while, and if they do try and fire it up, there's that fly again next to me mic. They love the little fluffy bit on the mic. Love landing on it, but then later on I'll go back and listen to it and you can just hear a fly hovering in the background, and it's surprisingly loud. But yeah, like I say, if they do get it fired up at any point, then I'll be sure to get a video. I'm kind of hoping, that's why I'm staying around, in all honesty. You can see the excavator there, almost looks like he wants to, you know. Hey, look at that. So the conveyor belt is currently active, and that is awesome. So just nice and loud with the track bumper. Right up next to us now, and yeah, it's Mr. Oto. So by the look of it, they are going to start using it. So the conveyor is on currently, and we'll go and have a good look. Now, I'd love to go around to the other side, but the line of sight I don't think would allow. We can give it a go shortly. Tell you what, let's get a bit closer at least. It's quite sad in a way, because the track dumper is right in front of us now, but with this going on, it's no doubt more important to film this, a momentous moment down here. And there we go. So of course it's got multiple layers to grade this. You've got the main one on top and then a smaller one underneath, both vibrating. And there you go. So it looks real good. Now you can imagine the little clumps of clay and everything, they'll be absolutely fine. It's just the large material that they are aiming to remove. Awesome. Like you say, I've never filmed a piece of kit like this, but that goes to show as well. I hope you saw that there. Actually, it's very easy to tell that it is indeed vibrating. And I've watched a lot of Gold Rush back in the day, and honestly, it just reminds me of that. It certainly does. I'll get you a nice close-up view here as well. So you see there, it falls right through, and then any larger items like that stone there will simply just fall off the edge, being filtered out. So, like I say, that is absolutely awesome. And I'd imagine this is just a bit of a trial run, in all honesty. You can see there that they're just dumping it right next to the spoil pile, but just learning how the machine works, as you can imagine. With so much special machinery on site, specialist I should say, it would be the case that a lot of the time I can't imagine that everyone on site would use this all the time. So yeah, just learning the ropes. Now that's a guess, don't get me wrong, I don't know if that's true or not, but it would certainly make sense to me. So let me just switch back over to that other camera and we'll get a nice view here. Now, like you said, I'd quite like to go and have a look if I can get round to the Aldi spot, just because I feel like that would be a cool shop. So I'll tell you what, we've got plenty of that now. So let's give it a go. Now, like you say, it depends on line of sight, of course, but we'll give it a go. So I can tell you that I'm absolutely fine right there. So forgive me turning round. Needs to be done, as you can imagine. So there you go. That's how it's all looking now. And you can see there the lighting much nicer from this side. If I get a little bit closer actually, then I can go down a fair bit. Awesome. Now that is a good view, it certainly is. Well, bear in mind that I've got to get a thumbnail as well, so I'll get some good thumbnail shots. Got to be done. But yeah, what a treat to be down here, and so glad that I came back for the afternoon update. And I might have to send Dave some of this footage if this isn't going later on as well, just because I know that obviously he's the machinery man, so it'd be rude not to. Cool. Now I'll get you a view from this side, see if you can. There you go. So you see there the finer layer underneath the main larger layer, also vibrating. I think it vibrates as a whole segment. Looks a bit funny actually. Looking at it zoomed in, it almost looks like the drone's wobbling. But you see there what I mean about the sticks and everything. And all the stones being caught by that those filters, and of course, you know, it's a really cool machine in all honesty. Yeah, I'm surprised by just how efficient it is really. And I'll tell you what, we can also get a nice view down here. So you'll see there that there are clumps of clay, but small enough to not make too much difference. And yeah, as you can imagine, all the smaller rocks and things, they also won't make a big difference. It's just that large material that they'll need filtering out. So cool. Now I'll get you another view this way. See there, everyone just checking how it's looking. Now I don't think this will be the final spot for it. I wouldn't guess anyway. You've still got the workers on this side of the site. I didn't realise actually how early I'd got down here. So it's currently only just before 1 o'clock, so they haven't even gone on their lunch yet. So there's that final bit. Now you'll see the general just having a good look at that material, making sure that he's happy with that. Now, although we call the main man, I feel like the general is also in many ways the main man, but I won't go into too much detail about that. Certainly gives the aura of an important man, let's just say that. Hopefully he doesn't mind me saying that, I'm sure he doesn't. So you'll see there that the excavator's going down off the spoil pile, so yeah, we managed to capture all of that. And I don't know, oh, there is another drone in the sky now, so it must have just gone up. So a real treat that we were able to get that. And we'll see where the excavator goes now. Now I'm sure you can hear in the background that the tractor dumper is off again, just doing a bit of work next to us. And now he's gone back down into the flood field. And I'd imagine maybe, just maybe, this excavator's going to put that material likely back toward the spoil pile, I would guess. But yeah, I'm really impressed actually by well, how cool this machine is in all honesty. But yeah, a real treat for sure, and we'll see how we get on. So you'll see there the excavator is heading back toward that spoil pile. So like I say, I'd imagine it'll be a case where it's probably just moved back just because, ooh, hello. Fingers crossed. I was thinking that they might start doing it with that spoil, but I don't think so. Maybe just getting that sorted again. But I'll tell you what, I'll come and change my battery and then I'll go back up. Now I thought I'd show you real quick some of the work going on down here. Now I can tell you that the grader currently isn't operating. They're just clearing out that spoil pile like we saw. But yeah, we'll have a quick look what's going on here. So I can also see the Kestrel is in the background. and I'll go get some footage of him very shortly if I'm able to. But like I say, I'll take it nice and easy for now and feature some of the great work at hand here. I think we might have even there we go, another wave from O2. So like I say, it is nice and chill, and when I say that, I don't want to seem like there's no work going on. It's always busy, like, but yeah, you know what I mean. So the main man in the little excavator as well, no doubt it's the Jedi Master in the large excavator, and I don't exactly know where he's off to. Now once again, time is getting on down here. I'm amazed that they haven't been on their break yet. It does surprise me. So I do wonder exactly where the main man is off to. You see there, hopefully that gives you an idea of the topography of it. Now once again, I was speaking to a lovely couple then actually, that were saying in person it does look very different. You can imagine that when I say all the time about the drone flattening the footage out, it certainly is true, and a lot of comments we get from people coming and having a look for the first time is that they just can't believe the depth of it compared to the drone footage. I'm just going to have another check over there, and still that was satisfying, to be fair. That was satisfying. It's one way of doing it as well. Now of course we've seen that the track dumpers can only spin roughly 180, whereas the excavators can just keep on spinning. Even a little salute there. So we'll go and see if he's going to make his way onto the spoil pile once again. So I'll take a nice wide berth, of course, and we'll see from up here. Now forgive me walking in the background. This is where he just goes right past the spoil pile. I hope that's not the case. No, I think we're in. So, like I say, let's go and have a quick look. Now, you'll see the workers in the background there. Don't assume that they're doing nothing. They are just having a look at how all this is working, and I certainly don't want anyone misunderstanding and saying that they're just standing around doing nothing. They're not. They're certainly not. And to be fair, it could well be lunchtime. But they are just seeing how this machine works, getting used to it, and yeah, just getting a good observation of, like I say, how it all works. Learning it is certainly an important step. So you can imagine that very large spoil pile will take a while to go through that grader, but I'm more than excited to see what the result of that is. Now you can imagine this will be the start of the rebuild when this is properly fired up and they're allowed to well, crack on. That's when the real work begins in a way. Now I can't go to where I was flying before, just because those workers are underneath me now, so I'll have to stay right here. But like I say, I'm hoping that he turns this way. Hey, and yeah, they start separating again. You can see that the machine is still on, the conveyor belt is still on, and the vibrator is also still on. So yeah, exciting times. And like I say, I'll go down, so I've got a little bit of a better line of sight in all honesty. I'm just going to make sure that I'm not above anything I shouldn't be. Nope, we're all good. And we'll go down and have a look, eh? So you'll see there a little scoopful just went in. Awesome. And I do wonder, well, exactly how much they're going to do today, in all honesty. You can imagine with that, well, I don't know whether they'll just move it, but I don't think this is a final thing. I don't think this is for the start of the rebuild. Like I say, I'm guessing it is just a test, although to be fair I don't know, but either way it is exciting to see. So I can confirm that the Jedi Master is the one in the excavator, currently in the flood field, and yeah, the one currently in screen is not. We have seen that the spoil pile removal excavator operator usually stays over on that side, and then the Jedi Master does the work on this side and in the breach itself. it is cool. So my question is, with them not removing it at the same time, it's quite satisfying in all honesty. Plop. But yeah, with there being no actual removal of this pile just yet, I do wonder how much they're going to do at the moment. Now I'd imagine it's also the case where they'll have to do a test like this and then test the spoil as well. Hey, the little guy's here. The little guy is here, so I'm guessing he's been instructed to help out on this side. Tell you what, I'll get you a nice zoomed out view of all that. I'll tell you what, we can also have a look at the discarded pile. So you can see there large rocks, a few sticks, and also I'm guessing that's a brick on the right hand side, a bit of a paler colour than I'd guess, but yeah, it's cool. It is cool. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't know if without there being any removal of that pile, whether they'll keep going or whether it'll just be get to a certain amount. But now the little excavator's there, who's to say in all honesty? We'll have a look. I think he's just getting a quick walk through on what they're after. But there you go, so you'll see what I mean about it vibrating. You can see that rock jumping about one through the bottom level too. Now we'll have to get a good walk through from Dave about exactly how this, well, any technical details that I'm not aware of. Like I say, he's brilliant for pieces of kit like this. He seems to know how everything works, and it's a talent that I wish I possessed, because like you say, it's anything turns up, he seems to know what it is. So the little excavator is operating in that smaller spoil pile, the old one, the one that is not being kept on site, I believe. So yeah, awesome to get them both working in shot in all honesty. So I'm wondering if I can get slightly closer. Now of course I don't want to get too close to any workers, whether they're in a machine or not. If anything, it's more important when they're not in a machine, I suppose. If my drone happens to fall out of the sky whilst they're in the machine, then other than a bit of a distraction, it wouldn't be too much of an issue. But you can imagine if they're on foot, even with a hard hat, because it is a relatively big drone, it's not something that I would ever want to risk. Awesome though. Now, once again, I know I've mentioned this a couple of times, but I don't know why they haven't gone on their lunch yet. It is just before 1 o'clock, and maybe they're quite strict at the moment with their breaks. But you'll see there that the spoil from, well, should I say spoil, or should I now call it just building material? Maybe we'll go with that. So yeah, the future building material is piling up nicely there, and I do wonder, like I say, how far they're going to go with it. Now you'll see there that one had a few more rocks in. See them dropping out there. I'd imagine larger lumps of clay will also get filtered out. As long as it's too big for those screens, then of course it will be caught. Now I'd imagine if it's quite a soft clay, it'd be a different story in a way. As you can imagine, it would probably change shape quick enough. Although saying that, it is a very dry pile. You can see that especially that top layer is a real light colour now, and it's just that sandy material. Now I'm just going to have a quick check. Little excavator working away. But yeah, it's all go down here today. So this morning it was super busy down in the flood field. I had all the 6 machines working away, and now maybe not as full on by the eye, you know, but certainly for me anyway, very interesting work. We've seen so much digging in the breach and the flood field at this point, that seeing something like this does pique my interest for sure. There's definitely some larger rocks in there, you can see there. So that is the spoil pile, and then comparing that to how much cleaner that material looks, it's yeah, easy to tell what the machine is doing. and it is satisfying. I don't know why it is satisfying, really, but it certainly is. No, it's always one of them. I often think about this filming in that before the breach I'd never done anything like this, and now all of a sudden I'm obsessed with machines with tracks on. It's quite the contrast in a way. But yeah, no, it's like I say, just a real pleasure. Now, of course, I usually say at the end of my videos, but I can see that only around half of the people that watch the video make it all the way to the end for the outro. So this isn't the outro, by the way, but I will say that I just appreciate everyone that watches. Really am thankful for it. So yeah, thank you very much. And of course, I don't know if I've said it already, if you haven't subscribed, I really would appreciate it. Now, I'd imagine it might be a case where, hopefully, for these guys anyway, they're going to go on their lunch. Like I say, they certainly deserve it after the day they've had so far. But yeah, it's bang on 1 o'clock now, so I would not be surprised. And there we go. So nice and easy. And I wonder if they'll turn the machine off or not. I'm guessing, yeah, they're leaving that large excavator up there as well. So yeah, awesome. And you can see there as well, it pretty much goes 1-to-1, which makes sense because it is, with the amount they've taken out and gone into the new pile. So like I say, it makes sense, and yeah, cool. So I will bring you back once they've come back off their lunch. So it's been a little while. They're all off their lunch now, of course, and we'll go and see what kind of progress they're making. So we'll have a nice zoomed in shot here. Now, I was having some issues with my drone as well, so that's why I've left it a little while, just so it can sort itself out. But yeah, just a bit of grit in one of the motors, but I will keep my eye on that and fly it especially careful. And like you say, just make sure that nothing bad happens with that. So it looks like they have actually moved back the grader. You can see there the original pile. It's probably a good 5 metres further back now than what it was before. Now they've taken out a fair chunk of the actual spoil pile. So I'll tell you what, let's get a nice good view. So you'll see there that there is well, I think it's balls of clay more than anything, which doesn't surprise me. And then of course the rocks on that side as well. So yeah, awesome. And I have to say, I don't know why, I find it so satisfying to film, and yeah, what a treat. Now of course you'll hear in the background that there's still plenty of work going on in the flood field, but with this going on at the minute, I'll focus on this for now. Now it is only the one track dumper and excavator in the flood field. Everything else is being used across here. Yeah, what a treat, what a treat. Now it is a lovely day weather-wise as well to be down here, so yeah, perfect day for filming. And like I say, I think Dave will be very, very happy that this is all ongoing. Now I'll tell you what, we'll let these guys crack on for a little bit longer, and then I'll go down for a more detailed view just so I can get a thumbnail. I'll do that when I change my battery next, and I'll show you the great work that's been going on over here. But I'll tell you what, since we're already in this area, we can have a look. Looks very grey, that water, in all honesty, but I suppose there's not a lot of flow at the minute, so I'm not too surprised by that. And the actual culvert exit itself remaining mostly unchanged by the look of it. So let's go and have a look. Now thankfully there's no workers in the actual breach itself now, so I don't have to take a long route or anything. But we can chase O2 in the tractor dumper. Now once again, I'm the only droner down here at the minute, so it's nice and relaxed. And like I say, I don't have to worry about other drones flying around me. It's yeah, nice and chill. So here we go. And I won't film too much of this, just because we have seen a fair bit over the last couple of days. But it is still entertaining. I'm almost tempted to do like a little fast motion bit with just the two machines, but maybe not as entertaining as the multitude of machines that we had this morning down here. Now, of course, they are being used on the other side of the site. Ooh, that's not a bad shout actually. I suppose I could do a bit of fast motion with the grader. That wouldn't be a terrible shout. You know what, I will do that, but like I say, I've got to change my battery first, so I'll film a little bit more of this. And I'm also, like I say, keeping a good eye on my drone just because of that motor issue I was having. And like I say, I wouldn't have taken it back up if I didn't think it was solved, but it's still good to keep an eye on it. And he's off again, blistering pace. Now, I often get comments as well about, do the workers have radios? And yes, absolutely they do. If anyone's curious, I've heard them in the background a few times, from a distance of course, but yeah, I mean it'd make their lives so much easier, I'd imagine. Now sometimes they're only small as well, it's not like they're massive radios that are obvious, quite the opposite. And there we go, so he's tipping once again, and this spoil pile is really getting quite sizable. I'll tell you what, I'll take a nice view right here, just to give you an idea compared to the track dumper of the size of it. And considering, you know, it's only been really yesterday that they started this, it's real awesome. The seat in the track dumper once again looking nice and reclined, and I have to say I am very jealous. I certainly am. But like I say, I will go down now and change my battery and get some more footage, hopefully sped up, of the grader. Now I've just changed my battery and you can see there they're moving the grader back once again, so hopefully it won't be too long until it's fired up again. I'm guessing by the excavator getting his bucket down. Like I say, it won't be too long at all, so I'll fly back over there in a second, get into position, and I will do a quick little fast forward video just because I do think it'll be quite entertaining. So here we go, here's the grader fast forwarded. Now hopefully it is a nice video like the other ones have been, but with a new topic. We'll see how we get on. Now I'm trying to protect my mic from the wind. It is quite windy again, so if the fast forwarded footage is quite shaky, then I do apologise, and maybe that's something I'll have to learn with certain things that can or cannot be fast forwarded. Now it would have already happened for you, but I'm just going to very slowly zoom in just so you can see a bit more detail on that pile. I'll tell you what, I'll very slowly angle the gimbal down as well, just so you've got a nice view of the little excavator. But yeah, do keep me updated on if you like the fast forwarded footage. The general gist is yes, just not to overuse it, which I fully agree with, to be fair, but just testing things out, seeing how I can get you guys the best videos I possibly can. And I'm thinking, with this being a relatively slow process, it might look quite interesting fast forwarded. Now I've seen that I've had a couple comments on putting Benny Hill music over the top of the fast forwarded sections, and that would be very funny, but unfortunately with copyright that wouldn't be possible, unfortunately, although like you say, very entertaining. One point I will make as well, you can see there the little excavator. To you, he's been doing it for a while, recovering the stuff that's fallen out of the grader. Now I can tell you, we haven't videoed it yet, but they have been doing that the whole time, just so it doesn't get too mixed in with the pile that will be final. So yeah, just thought I'd make that point real quick. So you can see there, even in that I think it was a 3-minute long clip then, they've made really quick progress, and yeah, I'm shocked by just how fast it does go, really. Now of course they'll need a worker or two over there just to keep moving the conveyor belt, I'd imagine, so no doubt we'll see them go over to that shortly. But yeah, I mean, it's awesome, it is awesome. Now once again, this is their first time properly using this, so I'd imagine a lot of this is just getting used to it all, and yes, making sure they know how it all works in different situations, and also checking that it is working the way they expect it to. You know, there's a lot to think about with this, and it's easy for us watching from a distance to just assume we know how it works, but I can imagine it's not that easy. So you'll see that getting right down into it now, and like you say, with that see that little bit in the background just showing just how sandy the area is. Don't worry, I'm not going to put some crazy title on the video for that, but like I say, with that grader being onto that pile there, I'm guessing he'll give the beep, and then hopefully we'll see it get moved back. Hey, there we go. And now that was a Blue Peter moment right there. So I'll tell you what as well, because it will be quite a slow process, I'll do the same again. So we're back to the fast motion, and I'm just going to very slowly move the camera just so you get a better idea, but I'll keep it at this zoom level just because it will be quite entertaining, I'd imagine. So hopefully that looked interesting. Now we'll go and have a fly over just to see how much of a dent they've taken out. Actually, a fair amount. Now you'll see there, of course, it is sandy material, and it's a bit more of a sheer drop. Little bits like that will give away, but it's nothing to worry about, and it's why they don't have the excavator right next to a sheer drop. You know, there's always a bit of angle there as well, so not a problem at all. And if anything, the only thing about it is that it gives us something mildly entertaining to film every now and then. Now you'll see that both the excavators ongoing, but in a short amount of time they have taken out a fairly large chunk of that actually. I really was expecting it in a way just to be like a really slow process, but no, I'd say that's a good, maybe approaching on 10%, and considering they've only been going at it properly for maybe an hour or so, maybe even less actually, now I think about it. Yeah, it's real quick. I thought this would be like a 2-month-long process in a way, and I'm not even being dramatic by saying that. I genuinely did think that would be the way, but whilst we're here, we might as well go and have a look. Really impressive, and you can see there that there's loads of spoil now. Well, I shouldn't say spoil, it is just topsoil, and good looking topsoil at that. You can see how dark a lot of it is, so yeah, no doubt this is to be reused, which is another reason why they are keeping it right here, and that makes total sense. Now, of course, they can't go too far on that other side just because that survey marker is there, and to be fair, I don't think that's even the reason. I think this is just the best spot for it. So there's been a good amount of time again, and it's getting quite late on now, but it does not mean that the work is stopping. It is yeah, certainly all go. And I'll tell you what, we'll go and have a good look on the other side as well. I'll just avoid flying over these boys, so I'll go this way. Now you can see there that there's still a little bit of water from last night's rain, but for the most part it's absolutely fine, and of course that's why they've cleared the culvert as well, just allowing any water that does make its way down here just to easily escape. So let's go and have a look at the old grader, fly over the culvert as well, because why not? And of course Stag's Brook underneath us, so we'll see how we're getting on. Now you can see there that it's quite obvious that a lot of time has passed actually, that they've really cracked on. So yeah, I'm still blown away just how fast this is going. And of course you can see there the obvious difference between the two materials. So on the right there's a lot more bigger chunks in that material than there is on the left. Now I've no doubt that they've got this specific machine onto site because it must go to the level they want. You can imagine those grates in the middle will be set to certain sizes, and this one must just be ideal for this, but I'll leave it to it now. So thank you very much for watching, really appreciate your time. I'll be back down here for a nice busy day hopefully tomorrow. So like I say, thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Take care, everyone.